219 from March 16th, 1982, Foreign Exchange. An episode that's about as simple as its title. This week on Too Close for Podcast.
Okay, so this week, the girls are upstairs for breakfast. It seems like it's breakfast time. Henry's in his robe and pajamas. And Jackie and Sara are bummed because they don't have enough money to go to Europe, and also they have enough money for a plane ticket, but they don't have enough money for a hotel room.
So they bounced back from the cookie fiasco pretty quickly, it seems.
I know, right? Girl couldn't even pay her rent last week, and now she's going to Europe. So April suggests that they do a apartment swap or exchange with someone from Europe. We don't even know where they're going. I guess they're going to London. Henry reluctantly agrees. So the girls find a couple in London to swap apartments with. So then later, Henry and Monroe are downstairs cleaning up the apartment, getting it ready for the Chapmans from Terrence and, what's her name?
Terrence and Liz.
Terrence and Liz, the Chapmans from London. So they're straightening up the place. And there's a couple sight gags with Monroe and Henry that are pretty good. And they're trying to move this heavy crate that's been delivered. When Muriel says, the cab has arrived and the Chapmans are here. When Henry finds out that the couple has two sons who are living above the girls, he gets a little bit worried. Then Monroe's bringing in the luggage, the Chapman's luggage, and it pops open one of the cases and they find a rifle in there, which really worries Henry. Now he's freaking out. And I think that's Act 1. Henry goes upstairs to talk to Muriel. He's freaking out. And the couple's there. The Chapmans are there. But he wants to tell Muriel about the gun. And the couple is talking about guns and traveling to the Middle East. So Henry immediately figures that these two are terrorists. And then he reads the paper and discovers that the Russian ambassador will be coming to San Francisco that week. So immediately he thinks that Terrence is there to kill the Russian ambassador, which is going to lead to World War III. So then he enlists Monroe to spy on them. So Monroe follows him around and, gives Henry all the information. And Henry gets this idea that the only way they're going to figure this out is if they go downstairs and find out what's in that case. That big crate. That's Act 2. Is that Act 2?
Yeah.
I think it is.
This one moves pretty quick.
So now, Henry and Monroe are sneaking into the apartment, and they open the crate and find a bunch of, machine guns?
Surprise.
Before they can get out of the apartment to call the police, the Chapmans come back. So Henry and Monroe hide in the closet. But then the guy gets distracted and has to go outside for a second. And they run and hide in the fireplace. And then they try and sneak out and get caught by Terrence and I forget her name.
Liz.
Terrence and Liz. When Henry confronts them about the guns, they tell Henry that they are gun dealers. Then Muriel comes downstairs and tells everybody that she's called the SWAT team. The end. It's a pretty good episode.
It's all right.
At his moments.
Interloper of the week, April. You don't have to stay at a hotel. And so it begins.
Yeah, she set up that whole thing. I thought she was going to go with youth hostel. Right?
Yeah.
But no.
And it's probably one of April's last, what's the word I'm looking
appearances?
for? Well, that too, but like escapades.
No, last time she stirs the pot.
Mm-hmm.
Or stirs the plot.
Yeah.
How about that?
There's only 3 more episodes of this season, and I'm not sure if she's in all 3 of them yet. You think we would know that since we're doing this podcast, and you probably think we have it all memorized, but we're slowly working through them all. Guest stars were the Chapmans, Terrence and Liz. Cosmic Cow appearance at the drawing desk, yes. Henry Sweaters, Cornell University, and LAVC, Los Angeles Valley College. Was that what it was called?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
The Monarchs. Monroe is wearing stripes, and April is wearing stripes, just to throw that in there for you.
April was also wearing a sweet vest.
And the headband thing. Objects out the window? No, but Henry was looking out the window with binoculars, wondering where Clarence was.
Like a perv. He was also checking out the neighbor. He's like, do you know she wears garters? Who wears garters anymore?
This episode apparently does have one thing going for it. It's a new record. 9 instances of Henry pointing.
That's weird because I barely noticed 2 of them.
He's pointing all over the place in this episode.
I guess I'm so used to it now.
And one good Henry stammer.
Yep.
We had the freeze frame transition with the El Camino, but it was odd this week. It was this trolley shot that then cut to what would normally be the El Camino driving down the street right after the El Camino had left. So it's El Camino without El Camino. Very strange. And it's an awkward jump too, so I don't know what they were trying to accomplish with that. Maybe to make it look different or something. I don't think that ever happens again. The Muriel bump, kind of smaller this week.
Yeah, and she's acting a lot less pregnant. She's running around and she's not pushing herself up from the chair. She's just popping up out of that chair, isn't she?
She's used to it.
Yeah, I guess.
We had the long intro with Monroe in the cookbook, which I believe was the one from last week with the cookies, right?
We did not figure out. No, it was. Well, if
yeah,
it is,
they did use that intro last week.
Oh, they used the intro last week. We just don't.
Well, yeah, we know that shot is not from that episode.
Yeah.
Because why would he have to look at the cookbook to make grandpa's or whatevers? You know what I'm trying to say. Music cues. We had the 5-note, the 1-note, and creeping music.
Oh yeah, the creeping music was a new addition.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to give this one on a scale of 1 to 5 a 3, but it's a borderline 2, because it's fairly by the numbers. The bizarreness was the chimney. Just everything involving the chimney was strange.
Henry and blackface?
Yeah, or soot face. The sooty one is around the bend. What did we learn? Once again, we learned that Henry doesn't like guns. And you probably shouldn't call the SWAT team unless you're absolutely positive. Next time, episode 220, as we get closer and closer to the wrap-up of Season 2. It's called A Matter of Degree. I'm going to have to read a little bit of the wiki description on this one. Henry refuses to accept Sarah's decision to drop out of college to become the weather announcer on a local television station. Oh, yes, that one. Next time.
You can hear my show on Stitcher. Stitcher is radio on demand. Download the free app today. Listen anytime, anywhere.
create custom playlists, rate and review my show on Stitcher, and over 4 million car dashboards.
On demand and on the go. No downloading, no syncing, no wasted memory. Stream your favorite podcasts. Don't have Stitcher? Download it free today at Stitcher.com or in the App Store.